There was one thing I was curious about, right? And it's specifically the general perception on the Boruto side of franchise, like the hate it gets. Like, what do you guys think about that?
Uh, well, I, I think some of the hate is kind of out overblown, but some of the hate is definitely warranted. The reason
Hmm.
why I say some of the hate is overblown is because it's constantly compared to Naruto, and we all understand that Naruto is a legendary series. So comparing Boruto to a just a legendary series off of the rip could possibly be unfair. And not only that, comparing Boruto now to, well, not necessarily now, but comparing Boruto to when it first started to Naruto Shippuden when it ended, that was like
Hmm.
completely unfair because we are like literally coming off of like some of the most historical fights in the whole entire series and going back to the academy. I think Boruto lost a lot of the clout right then and there. You feel me? Boruto lost a lot of
Mm.
people in that first arc. I think after
Yeah.
that, the memes started to come, and of course, it was just like all spiraling. You feel me? Once people start memeing on the series, the memes never stop. I remember, I still think to this day, some people say that Boruto doesn't like Naruto, and it just stuck with the series. So I think that right there is kind of unwarranted, but some of it
Yeah.
is definitely warranted. I definitely say that.
I think the hate is definitely justified in a way. Um,
Hmm.
but like Baara saying that you can't compare Boruto to Naruto, you kind of have to because they're supposed like if you're going to make a spinoff of a series, of course you're going to compare it to the series that it's the spinoff that is made from. I'm sorry. So I
Yeah.
think comparing it is justified as well. But like I just think if people just understand the premises of the story, like they're in a time of peace and they have been in a time of peace for so long that things aren't
Yeah.
going to be as flashy as it is at the end of Naruto, where it was that build up that we got to that. Because I guess it was kind of flashy with Naruto tapping into the Nine Tails and stuff, but it was basic ninja hand to hand combat at the beginning of Naruto. So
Mhm.
I mean, like
Mm.
I think the hate is justified. Like the writers could do better as far as the writing goes in a time of peace to keep people's attention with it. But I think they was
Yeah.
trying to appeal to the kids at the same time. So if like you're grown, you're gonna kind of be like pushed away from it because like it's too kiddie for you. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
as far as like the anime's tone, the manga's tone always been a little bit darker than the anime. So I was
Yeah.
always more manga than anime with Boruto. But whenever manga scenes was adapted into the series, I always watched it though. So I don't
All
know.
right. All right. Hello. What about you?
Oh shit,
He
my
must
bad.
not know Mel. He must not know Mel.
No.
Get your
I had a
popcorn,
member.
kids.
What my overall take is that people are gonna hate. That's their right, I suppose. I mean, I can respect your opinion if you don't like it. They're
Hmm.
look. I'm the guy who always calls the writers incompetent. You know, and people get on me for that all the
Mhm.
time.
Must have had a field day with Dragon Ball Super then, but go ahead.
No, no. See, I grade super on the curve because I understand like
You gotta understand
this
Super,
is
yeah.
this is Dragon
Dragon
Ball. Come on,
Ball.
like this
Hmm.
isn't some high IQ stuff. This is very basic, primitive. Yeah,
Whoa,
And then
we're
when you
gonna
had
go
Naruto, it was
through
kind of like
it.
high
So,
IQ, like it really
bro.
touched pull heartstrings and stuff like that. So like that's what I'm saying. Like the
If
comparison, you gotta compare.
if you
My
watch
bad.
like Dragon Ball, it's like you know
True.
what you're getting. You're not,
True.
yeah. So that kind of thing. So for me, you know, is it justified? Man, it's just your opinion. Like, I can't say it is, and I can't say that it isn't. Who am I to say that? But for me, um, I compare it to Naruto Part One and Two for sure. I know Bar was like you can't compare Part One to Part Two, but I do because it's a legacy series,
Hmm.
right? So it's building
Hmm.
on top of the foundation that was laid in Part One and Two. So you know when you start off by
Exactly.
having your main antagonist or a protagonist rather, Boruto Uzumaki, um, be this obnoxious, arrogant child who has these daddy issues. He comes across as like the pampered, rich, spoiled kid, and nobody likes that. And then he cheats. That's pathetic. And like you shine him in a very negative light. You put him in opposition to like the previous main character, which is very stupid in my opinion. And
Mm.
then they're trying to cater to like the old generation and the new generation at the same time, so they don't really know like they don't have 2 feet solidly planted in one camp or the other. So then it becomes one episode we get like some really dope fights, and then the next episode we get like slice of life. It gets it's a little fragmented. Um, but ultimately, like I said, if you're coming off of it expecting something akin, like we came off the fourth Ninja War arc, we came off like Naruto the last movie where this dude's fighting on the moon like against like this Otsutsuki alien. So and then you go into like slice of life episodes with Boruto. and then you kind of scale down the god tier stuff and go to like, I don't know, them fighting a panda. It's like, okay, there, there's the different tonal shift here. So and I don't know, but I can go on for days. Is it the Chunin exams? I don't know how you do this. You pay homage to something so legendary from Naruto Part 1, and you don't do it justice. You skim over. How do you skim over Lee's kid versus Gaara's kid? How is that not like a premier fight?
Yo, that would have been
Big
awesome for real,
facts.
you
It
mentioned it.
would have been like, how do you skim over like
I'm
the
sorry.
Mitsuki versus Gaara fight? I mean, sorry, you don't have Sasuke's kid go up against Shinki. Like Shinki should have been like the main dude, the main focus, and then the Otsutsuki
Yeah.
kind of interrupt at the end of it, which kind of happened. But I don't know, bro. It was rushed. But yeah,
I gotta disagree right there. Shinky's a different breed. There was no 1v1 correctly that would have been a good fight with Shinky. Metal Lee would have got destroyed. Sardo would have got destroyed. The best they
It's all
could have
about
done was
writing.
the 3v1.
The writers could write anything.
it's not really about that though, because like me personally, I think if Shigadai would have survived long enough and teamed up with somebody, he would have got washed. I mean, I think Shinki would have got like caught in one of the shadow paralysis, but that's just my opinion. The Nar kids are elite. I just there's no beating him. I'm fine with them not being able to beat him, but I think he should have been like this dominant force that they built. They kind of did it half-assed, in my opinion. He should have been like this dominant force that they built to, and he got his 1v1s with all the major people that mattered. Sarda 1v1 washes her. Boruto, Mitsuki 1v1 washes him in a better fight than what we got. And then he finally goes up against Boruto, and then Boruto cheats or whatever the case may be. But that kind of, I think, would have been a little bit better if they, focused in on it a little bit more.
Yeah, I kind of get that. And speaking of the criticism, real quick, since we are talking about the Chunin exam, the most recent Chunin exam had to be one of the worst and poorly actually executed Chunin exams
That's the only
I've ever
Chunin
seen in my
exams
life.
I ever completed.
Oh my goodness, they shouldn't even completed it, bro.
Like
They
every
shouldn't
Chunin exams got interrupted. That was the only
yeah,
Chunin
true,
exams
true,
that didn't
true.
get interrupted.
You
I
need the
could have
Jonin
survived
exams,
without.
bro.
Jonin exams.
You need the Jonin exams, bro.
Oh, I wish they had his Jonin exam. That would be so fire.
I
But
thought that Dinky's fight was pretty dope though.
That was a good
Yeah, yeah, Denki's fight was actually pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I thought Dinky's fight was pretty cool.
I disagree. Because even in that fight, the person who should have won didn't win. So it's like
he had a knockoff Shidori. How could you not like that?
What do you mean he should have won?
Subaki should have won. We all know Subaki is the superior.
You know that he liked those eyebrows. I forgot.
No, like
He's been on
Like I said,
Tsubaki since the
FreeGame.
beginning.
No, but
bro,
Subaki
Right,
was
get it
clearly the more talented character. Subaki was clearly the person who was carrying
The
the whole
underdog
entire
won.
class at first. Yeah, the underdog won. I get that, but it's like she should have clearly became a Chunin, and she was kind of fighting for more than just showing off some scientific technology. It's like she legitimately had to become a Chunin. So it just even that fight. And don't get me started on the Iwabi versus Wasabi fight. Oh my goodness.
that fight was legendary, bro. My girl Wasabi, bro.
The cat's Asado!
Yes, bro. Freaking amazing. Bro, listen, that shooting exams, in my opinion, I'm not gonna hold you, is way better than the one before. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Because it was, bro. I actually got some fights, and then like Sarda became an actual Chunin. It didn't get nothing got interrupted. Wasn't no BS. Kawaki got cucked. Love it. Love to see it. Man got laid down. Wasn't nobody holding him back at all. The man just stayed down. I was like, oh no. Oh no. At least get knocked out, bro. Say you tried. Like, Jesus Christ.
Let him try to pull up now.
Nah.
what I'm
Now
saying.
we have the power of an ancient alien parasite. Okay.
What is the problem? What is the
yeah,
problem?
good for you. Nah, bro. Nah. Shinky's all natural, bro. All natural.
No, he got a whole kick again. He got Magnum release. What are we doing here?
I mean, but that he's built different. That's not his fault. That's not his problem. But no,
It's not Boruto. It's not Kawaki's
listen.
fault that he's infected by an ancient Otsutsuki's powers. That's not
Kawaki
his fault.
Bro, listen, Kawaki cannot do anything on his own. That's
it.
literally his that's one of his character arcs. The man was like he was hyperventilating. Kawaki. Man was like, I was like, yo, what's good with this kid, bro? Like, yo, he's fucking tapped, bro. He's tapped. Nah, bro. Like, look. Cho rising to prominence, butterfly mode, no need for food pills, absolute demon. My girl Sarada freaking becoming a Chunin, being a complete boss, absolute demon. Haoki, man, who even knew about Haoki, bro? Like this dude's a monster, right? Pseudo, a ripoff, bargain ran Kakashi the man is fire. Okay, Wasabi
Yo,
was
that
pretty
fight
dope.
was nice as well.
That that fire. The animation was beautiful. Even the build up like the night before, where like you can see his like face, like Haoki's face, and like with the shadows on one side of his face. It was some really good art and animation. I don't know what that little side story with Amato being kidnapped was, but that was a way to save Boruto's ass from Mitsuki. Because Mitsuki would have folded him, bro. So, I don't know what that was, bro. But no, it was some good fights.
He probably would have. He probably would have. Yeah, he probably would have.
The shit with Tsubaki though, bro.
Horrible.
I knew she was gonna lose, bro.
I knew it too.
I called every loss in that, every win and every loss in that exams because she couldn't leave the village. If she won, she would have left and went back to like the what is Land of Snow or wherever the hell the samurai are.
Yeah, Land of Iron.
Yeah, Land of Iron. So she would have gone. She would have left, and then well, there's no more Tsubaki, so she had to lose. Plus, Dinky's a demon, and they're setting up for like the scientific ninja tech and how that can influence power levels in the future. I liked it. It was pretty good.
If Tsubaki and Denki matched up in the first Chunin exam and talking about Naruto Chunin exam, it wouldn't even be a competition. If I'm being 1,000, Tsubaki might have even beaten Neji back in the day.
Bro, stop lying.
You think so?
Stop lying.
It's possible. I'm not gonna say it's 1,000% she'd beat him, but I wouldn't be surprised. Like she's that level of character, and for her to lose to a character like Denki because he's able to use scientific technology just doesn't necessarily seem the best to me.
Well, she's cucked though, right? Because like her best ability is like a murder ability. Like she like one swipe of her sword is just gonna like create this tornado that just like eviscerates everything. So she can't kill the kid. So like her best thing is removed from her. Neji, that's
on site. What's the problem?
I mean, but that's just a testament to Chocho's like freaking god tierness. Okay, like she's amazing. The next leader of her clan, a member of the prestigious Inoshika Chocho's a demon, bro. That butterfly mode, you know how powerful that is to bear palm a Chidori? Demon.
All right.
The fight hand-to-hand combat with a Sharingan user, monstrous. What are we talking
about? All right. If we're talking about criticism that's warranted, that whole entire art criticism was 1,000% warranted. Any that Chunin exam arc, any Chocho arc criticisms is 1,000% warranted. The filler, 1,000% warranted. So after the filler, I don't necessarily think there's anything completely wrong with Boruto, even though it's not necessarily completely filler because there are some canons left that are actually in it, and there are some good arcs that do come from anime only arcs. But if it was just manga content, I think Boruto would probably be one of the top animes of all time.
Kawaki versus Chocho, who wins? With no karma, none of that external stuff, just like him, a cyborg, whatever the case may be. Who wins?
Hold on, before you answer that though, we got a super chat from Reddy SG, just a $5 donation. He said, "First dono to the channel, CMP the Ghost. Thank you for the donation, bro."
Oh yeah, facts. Thank you for the dono. I was trying to figure out what CMP mean, Cloud Ninja Podcast. All right.
Yes, man. Yes.
It took me a second.
You guys are killing me.
No, I was caught. I was like, I had asked a whole question. Bar was about to answer. He's like, before you answered, I was like, dude.
Yeah, my bad. It was like, it wasn't a question. It was just a donation. I wanted to get it out the way. Let them know we read his donation.
What FreeGame reminds me of? It's like one of those racing games where you're in an obstacle course and you're driving.
Y'all could have just kept on going after I read the donation and said thank you. Just kept on going.
This wall comes out the ground. Like you're trying to dodge obstacles, right? To get to the finish line, this wall comes out the ground. You just crash your car into it. It's like,
oh my goodness. Thank you, Reddy SG, for the donation. Give us some good comedy for a little bit right there.
The question was Chocho versus Kawaki. Obviously, Kawaki wins. This right here isn't really a discussion.
What?